No, there's 7 people on this floor.
Okay, good evening. I'd like to call to order tonight's meeting of the Hatfield Conservation Commission. First up on the docket is an application, a notice of intent application, and I'll read the public notice. The Hatfield Conservation Commission will conduct a public hearing on Thursday, September 5th at 7 p.m. in the Memorial Town Hall to consider a notice of intent application under the Mass Wetlands Protection Act, MGL 131, Section 40, and the Hatfield Wetlands Protection Bylaw, filed by Kimberly Hendel, Altiris Renewables, doing business as Real Goods Solar, property owned by Edwin and Susan McGlue of 140 Chestnut Street, Hatfield, for the purpose of installing a ground-mounted solar array at 140 Chestnut Street, Hatfield. The complete application is available for inspection Monday through Friday at Memorial Town Hall. Okay, so I'd like to invite the presenter up to the table, and you just state your name and who you represent.
I'm Dan McLean. I work with Real Good Solar.
I'm Edwin McGlue, homeowner.
You guys want to go ahead and present your
Case.
your plan?
Sure. I have some handouts which might be helpful to give you guys a scope of the work. I do apologize for the print. The small print on the first page didn't come out. That's not really germane to the topic here. This is our construction plans for the project. The scope of the project is installation.
Yeah. It's almost like we need.
Yeah, I don't know. I print out stuff all day, every day, and this has never happened until this happened at 4:30 this afternoon. But if you look at page 2, that
I have one in the file.
There's a whole lot
I
better.
don't know how it differs. I think it might be a little bit more embellished. Yeah,
I
this is
think they
different.
refined this a little
This is
bit.
a different scale.
Yeah, in the past since we've met last. I think there's a revision. So page 2 kind of gives you an overview of the scope of the project. I guess the concern is that the posts that will be driven into the ground are within the buffer zone of a drainage ditch from. I don't know the history of that ditch. Ed might be able to speak more to that than myself.
Well, to me, it's more of a intermittent stream. It goes from the south side of Chestnut Street, and the stream heads north through our property, underneath what we call the dead-end road, and continues north. It shows, it's called drainage on this sketch into a swampy area.
Okay.
And as you can see, the proposed distance from the edge of that stream is 15 feet and change on the closer one, and then 22 foot and change on the northern array.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why we're here. I mean, do have a history of a very similar project, I believe, on 9 King Street about a year ago. Klipacki.
Oh,
yes.
yeah.
It'll be the same construction as far as the driving of the posts goes.
Filed a notice of intent. I thought they were going to file a RDA on this.
I think, yeah, they chose the better application.
So this is going between your garage and house?
No, this is over near the Christmas trees.
Okay. The only question I have is we had that water transmission line coming down through.
Yeah.
is how far distance?
I'm not sure exactly where that transmission line is. That's going to stay pretty close to Chestnut Street, right?
Well, originally it was going to go over the bridge,
Yeah,
Oh, it's under the
but
bridge.
now it's going to go under 91.
right.
And
But I don't know
under-
how close to
Well,
to the bridge.
I guess that's my question is how close we're going to be in proximity to your project.
I think would have to
No.
be at
It is,
at
I
least
know
a-
it's town-owned land that we're going through.
It has to be at least 100
So-
feet.
I don't know if this is gonna give you a little
I
bit
just,
better.
I just don't want to get,
Yeah.
So you
No, it's got to be at least 100 feet,
pass.
yeah.
maybe more. I'm not
These
sure
are just
where
some
that
Google
line
map
is
images
going.
that may give you a little bit reference. This is the same image, just at different scale, to give you an idea. This one shows Chestnut Street. So, if you want to
This
pass
one does too.
Okay,
Same one.
yeah.
Only bigger.
Where's the back property line? Because I see the sidelines here. They diverge out into the backyard and then they go like past the Christmas trees, but then I don't see where it ends.
Well,
Here's a plot plan that I got, and I outlined the plot in pen.
I see it, yeah, okay.
So that area where it does a 45, kind of like the panhandle of Florida there, that's right where that array is going to go. And it you can reference that by looking at page 2 of our construction diagram where that property line marker is where that panhandle is on the plot map.
Would it be safe to say that the end of that line is the corner? You just didn't draw up?
Well,
Just because quickly
property-
scaling it, it
our
looks
property
like,
goes between 91 and the railroad tracks.
I see. But the sideline, like Jan was saying, the water line's gonna go on town-owned property, so it'd probably go on the parcel over here, possibly? Or no, this,
Yeah,
it's
this was on the
line.
edge of Stanley's map.
Okay, it's that line. 91's not shown here, but now I just found it. 91's back there.
I think that's my only question is to make sure that
so
we're not
this-
going to be,
This is town-owned land,
right.
which would be way over here,
Mm-hmm.
off the picture.
Yep. But again, we're not
Or
going to
it
be
could be
coming.
close to the picture.
Is the water going?
I'm not sure exactly because there was a change. We were supposed to be able to go under the bridge, and the state says their bridge isn't
Not strong enough?
strong enough to hold our water main.
They're
so
right
now
there.
we have to bore under 91, which we were going to anyways, underneath the railroad tracks.
Yeah.
So I just don't want to.
Is this on
Have
the south
something-
side or north side of Chestnut?
It'd be on the north side, right?
Our property's on the north. I thought it was going to be on the north.
Yep.
To the south is a lot of swamp. It would be
Right.
much more difficult.
Doesn't make any difference if you're underground, go below it.
What's all this equipment to the south of the proposed area? Is that
At
equipment?
the house?
No, down here in this picture right here.
Oh, the existing stuff there?
Yeah, what is that? Looks like a dumpster.
Can you point out what you mean again?
Right here. I'll use the bigger picture. Right here, all this stuff here.
I make compost. That's probably the conveyor and screen.
Oh, okay. So that's on your property, or close.
Yeah.
It actually looks like it's part of the
It's
old road area.
yeah. It's on the old road.
What had happened? I know Chestnut Street goes over.
That temporary road that the equipment is on, that was built for the purpose of getting people from one side of 91 to the other while the bridge was being built.
Oh, okay.
And that was the only purpose of that.
And
When
they
my wife's-
did
yeah,
a they did a taking, and it's still state land.
It's, yeah, the road is still there because My wife's grandmother said, yeah, leave it.
Did you guys send anything to National Heritage by any chance?
I'm not aware of that.
Okay. Because you submitted a NOI, and I thought you guys were going to submit an RDA, request for determination. That's what I have in the minutes. And NOI requires that you contact National Heritage to see if there's any endangered species. And we can't approve it until we get something back from them.
Okay. That may have happened, Kim was working with Mark,
Okay.
so he probably must have recommended that we file the RDA.
Okay. Yeah, we're not going to be able to approve it until we get something back from National Heritage.
Okay.
I know, this is not what you wanted to hear.
Not at all, not after all this other delay.
I know. I honestly
I mean, the installation is scheduled to happen before your next meeting because of the delay. Can it be approved pending that document? If that paperwork has been submitted and it's determined there's no endangered species there, can this be approved pending that paperwork coming back and that notice being placed on it?
I don't see why not. We could put that in the order of conditions.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to begin work until we have to all sign this, and we can't sign. We can approve it at the meeting here, I guess, but we can't give you your approved NOI until we get that back, which means we can't technically start work until
Right,
that point.
but I'm presuming that could happen, that paperwork could come back before your next meeting, and you could see it and sign it, and
Yep, I don't think that would be a problem.
Yeah, we'll just put it down in the special conditions, the order of conditions.
Okay.
and what was the other application that you thought was going to go in that didn't?
The RDA,
The
that's the
RDA.
simpler form. That's the request for determination of applicability. And that, we find a property either a positive determination or a negative determination.
I think for the other solar array, I think that's what was submitted was an RDA.
Right,
It's just simpler. We just
yes. But this is work definitely in the buffer zone, so I think we would have required a notice of intent anyway. Because he's only, the plan shows that it's only, 15 feet off of a stream. So that's well inside the buffer zone. Do you have any anything showing like silt fabric or anything protecting that stream?
No, I don't have it
I
written.
mean, because I know you're just poking these things in the ground, but you still need equipment back there. And
Yeah.
if it's wet after a tropical storm or something,
Right.
I would still think you'd want to put up some silt fence to protect the stream.
That's something we can certainly look at.
We can add that to the special conditions too.
Okay.
Okay, we'll add that.
The last
And-
time
and
I
the-
was here, I did also show the equipment that we're using is basically a glorified lawnmower. It comes, it's about the size of a small lawnmower, and it drills an auger. So it wouldn't, as far as equipment coming in, that's about as big as it would get.
What about the truck carrying the panels?
I wouldn't go anywhere near there. It would be on the road, and that's where we would unload it there, and then hand carry everything out.
Oh, so you're gonna
It's only
just,
48 panels. That's kind of standard.
so how are you gonna cross the stream?
The road actually goes over it. There's a culvert, it's been in place.
Okay, I
Oh,
don't
you
see
mean
the
you mean
road
for
on
the
this
equipment,
plan.
right?
I don't see it on the plan. Off the property.
You talking about
Or
how?
show me on the picture.
You can't, right here.
Because I see the stream on the plan. I see the
this is-
house.
Here's the stream. And the shade from the trees is blocking it, but this
Okay,
extends
so
right-
where all the screening equipment is.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
that same road. That's how
Oh,
they would
I
drive
see.
down.
I had it turned around thinking there was no way to get, but you're off the property is what it is. I was thinking about being on your property. getting
Okay,
there.
okay,
Yeah, so
right.
you-
No, they wouldn't be driving on the property.
Right, okay.
They'd be driving on that temporary road.
It's over here, right? It's right here.
Yes.
Where you're putting them is in here.
Yes.
Yes.
You come in here,
Yes.
that road, yeah.
Yep.
That's what I thought.
And these are just screwed in.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
basically, you're not.
We're not,
Not
yeah, we're not
really.
Not really.
excavating and pouring concrete or anything like that.
So they go up and down with the water?
No, they go down as far as we can get.
6 feet, that's it.
Yeah.
The water isn't very far from there,
No, it's about
No.
2.
from the surface. Let's put it that way,
No, I mean,
6 feet, it would put it in the water.
at least.
These piles are used at the on the shore. And
I'm just kidding you, okay?
Okay, at this point, I'd like to open up the hearing to any questions or concerns from the public. Okay, any questions or concerns from the commission?
no, these are
All been answered.
pretty simple. I mean,
Okay.
as far as
Um,
as long as there's no big heavy traffic going over it, I don't see a problem with it. So
Can I entertain a motion to approve the notice and, write up the order of conditions with the special conditions being that we need to hear from National Heritage about
report.
endangered species before we file the notice, before we file the order of conditions.
So moved.
second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so that's it. We can
Okay.
just wait to hear from National Heritage before you can start your work.
Yeah, if you guys just want to confirm that they did get notified
Absolutely.
and let,
Yeah.
let Wilma know right away so we know about when to
Get the
expect that
paperwork
back.
going.
You
Yeah.
mentioned Kimberly working with Mark. Do you mean Mark Simpson?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
He's on top of that stuff, so.
right. So I assume she got that information. Again, assuming what happens.
Okay.
But,
Well, you
I
could
know
follow.
she was
Right.
relying on him to make sure that it went through correctly.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Right. And just when are you having a meeting next month?
We haven't set a meeting.
Actually,
We-
it
I don't-
says on here that we're meeting October 3rd, I think.
Does it? On what, the
Right
the
here,
agenda?
next scheduled meeting.
next scheduled meeting? Okay,
Whoever
I
put that
didn't
in.
see that. October 3rd. Does anybody know what day that is?
What
Yeah, it's
day of
my
the week?
anniversary.
Is it a Thursday?
Yeah.
Thursday, yep.
Okay.
All day.
I better know what day that is.
You like
Yeah, I guess you
Thursdays?
So
better.
you can forget
Thursdays
about
are
it.
good.
Tell me
Yep.
the things on your mind.
Days are not good.
You may have to worry about more than your solar
Mondays and
panels.
Tuesdays are not good.
So how about Wednesday?
Wednesday's okay.
Wednesday's okay?
Yeah, you don't want to leave the place, you just got it
We're
fixed
missing a
up.
lot of fun
Yeah.
on Thursdays.
Okay?
All right, thanks for coming
Yes,
in.
thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, I'd like to bring up the next order of business, and that is an issue on 136 Prospect Street, and landowner Steve Levin. Okay, there was some forest cutting done in a resource area, and we got a couple of complaints, and And I saw it too, because it's right there on Prospect Street. So I suggested to Steve that the area should be cleaned up and silt fabric and hay bales should be set up to lessen the impact. Unfortunately, the damage is done, and, without permitting such stuff, it happened anyway. This stuff happens before, and, it's almost like we have to educate the public. You can't work in the buffer zone. And, Steve and your wife, you just didn't know, but your logger should have known. I mean, that's the culpable person in my eye, is this guy has equipment. He's
The
cut
logger
down
knows.
trees yeah.
So this is right at your house?
Yeah, 136 actually, the little beige, recently renovated house up there
Yeah.
on the street.
Next to the stream there.
Yes,
Jablonski's old house.
yes, exactly.
Right just beyond Cutter's. On the opposite side of the road.
Side, right.
The tree work that we did was, I obviously know that the water is there, but the trees that were removed were essentially at the top and threatening the house and such, and it didn't occur to me that, because it wasn't in a wet area, that it would have the impact that I'm learning that it now does. And we've since cleaned up that area of branches and leaf matter and wood chips and such, and installed the silt fence per your recommendation, as well as straw sock or saw wattle across that area to help further protect it.
I guess my only concern now is the lack of shade. It's just like clear cut all the way down to the water, and the water was there, naturally, but now it's flowing. I saw the water flowing today, so it's a stream. It's not a swamp or a.
It's running all the time.
So
Yeah.
the trees were cut on the bank itself?
Oh, at the top.
At the top.
At the top, just
yeah.
at the top.
But when I went there, I was amazed at the mess the guy made. And you did a good job cleaning it up. All the branches are out of the water, but
Well, it's
he needs to know. He needs to know that this is not approved. I hope somebody can tell him.
it's important to know though that there's been an accumulation of debris that was down there. Not everything that you would have seen was necessarily caused by those events. I think it's also important for the board to know that over the past year since my wife and I bought the house, that we've made significant improvements to what were deplorable conditions there. Not just the house, but the embankment as well. And we, over the course of the year, have removed more than 20 large trailer loads of debris. That was a dump site down there. Appliances and plastic sheets and tarpaulins and tires. I have receipts for no less than 80 tires that I personally removed from that area and properly disposed of.
Wow,
So-
good job.
Well,
I mean, that's certainly a benefit or a betterment, we'll say.
and it doesn't, I understand that doesn't excuse
From what they did.
my negligence, but for this one misstep, there have been many steps forward to improve that area. So I removed a lot of tree deadfall and such to free up that area that weren't part of this project.
Is this an experienced logger? Who I mean,
He's
Or
a
is-
friend of a friend, and it gets personal. And I'm the responsible guy here because I asked him to
You
do
own
this.
it.
In other words, he wasn't licensed and he was just trying to do you a favor, but he basically didn't.
Well, he has a skidder. I mean, he's in business if you have a skidder. You don't just have a skidder if you're not a logger.
What the first tree he took down?
Certainly not. But again, it was my negligence, my responsibility, and I'm here to make it right.
Okay, now as far as the stumps go, I hope you're not intending to pull those out.
No,
'cause
no
that's
pulling,
gonna-
no grinding. That'll
yeah.
make a bigger mess. I get
Yeah,
that.
I mean, I wouldn't object personally if you cut them down to grade. You know, if you get a big chainsaw in there and you can, you know,
And that can
maybe
be
maybe
done.
that'll hide them over the years, because I know they're an eyesore. But like you said, you're not intending to take them out or grind them, so that's good.
Right.
If you want to cut them down to size, I don't think that's a problem. Because like you say, they are at the top of the bank. But the bank generally is in the resource area. Because everything from the bank to the stream, you know, has wetland plants normally. And it's just part of the watershed. So, you know, you've already got the silt fabric up and the straw wattle. So I don't see anything else you could do except maybe, you know, if you want to plant something above that without creating any impact. Not anything you're gonna have to cut, but you know, maybe some, you know, some kind of native plant that'll help solidify that bank.
Do you
'Cause
have a recommendation?
I would consult with somebody.
Okay.
If you wanted to plant some seedlings, like some red maples or something, they don't get that big.
Okay.
And it would help shade that area that's now getting full sun,
Okay.
you know? And it would help restore what's been impacted, you know? But, you know, of course you gotta tread lightly now, because if you start, you know, using equipment and
Yeah, no, I won't
and
have
digging,
equipment in there.
you know, it's just gonna roll down the hill against your straw wattles, and then they get buried, and
Stop doing
they'll
their
stop
job.
doing their job, right?
Right. Okay. Well, I'm happy to do that. Are you looking for a formal update on my?
When it's done.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll certainly do that. Okay. I appreciate
Because
your
you
time.
got the barriers from going into the stream, right?
Right. Okay.
I noticed today, there was a little topsoil placed just down from your lawn there. I mean, anything down from the top of the bank could roll down the hill.
I see. Okay.
And you know,
Well, anything that's raw, how do you propose that be?
I would
Cover.
just leave it the same. Try not to impact it anymore.
No straw mulch or anything to keep it?
No, because that straw has seeds in it. Well, I think I mentioned hay has seeds in it. Straw doesn't.
Okay.
But
Right, but when you say raw, you mean just raw soil, just, you know, if you want to plant some,
I would
Native.
just use what's there. I would just use what's there, and
what do you mean, what's there? What,
without adding anything. You know, because right now he's cleaned up the mess that the logger made,
yeah,
and without adding anything to it, he could, you know, plant something that would solidify that area. Because now it's getting full sun. It could dry out. It could, you know, erode.
Okay.
right,
While
yeah, that's,
with something that's growing,
Will stabilize.
the roots help stabilize.
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. I will head in that direction then.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks for coming in.
Thank you for your time.
Okay, that just about does it for new business. Some of these other old business items, I guess they just need us to follow up on. You know, the Old Stage Road violation, El Tetro.
Oh, is that dried enough? It's gonna dry out in the next couple of weeks, maybe go up
Yeah,
Yeah,
State
I
road.
know.
there. Yeah,
I think the best time to
it's been too wet out there
The
to,
best time to visit these places is in the fall, you know. Because right now, things are growing so much, you know.
I'm gonna stop tonight, it's gonna freeze.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I need to go look. I was familiar with Al Tetro's violation, so I need to go back there and see how it's changed. And I think I mentioned, do you know somewhere we can get straw bales as a commission, because Al's like crippled.
Sigrodnik?
He doesn't
Zagradnik
pay.
has 'em.
He doesn't pay for anybody to do it. So maybe we could just get together and because he hasn't put down any straw bales down there to
He
to
can't
protect
even
it.
walk.
Yeah.
You talk to Jeff
So you say
Zagradnik?
George Zagradnik?
No,
Oh,
Greg.
Jeff.
Greg
Jeff or
and,
Greg.
Okay.
and his brother.
Of course, they had a tough time because they were.
Do they know
had
Al?
mine.
Would they mind helping out Al, or would they charge us?
I don't know. You want weed seeds in it?
No seeds. It's right up against the wetland. It's right. I mean, he is like almost driven into the wetland. But the last time I was there was a wheel track that he made that is just shooting stuff right into the wetland. And hopefully the growing season has at least
Slow down.
has at least
That's about it.
stabilized it.
He's not doing anything now, right? Hasn't
Well,
done
I
anything
don't
further.
know. I don't know if anything's been added because he had a couple contractors, putting wood chips down it and stumps, and he thinks he can stabilize it by adding, which is just loading the bank. It just loads it until it just gives way.
How many hay bales? Straw bales would we be looking at?
Like 6 to 8.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
I think
no,
so.
I think we can handle that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he's got his field down there, and the embankment is above that. But as you go west, you get into this swampy area, and that's what's not protected. Okay.
Yep.
So I'll take a look at it and see how much worse or better it's got.
Well, he's also burning wood,
Yeah,
so.
I took pictures of it back in early in the year, and I think we had Mark Stinson advise us what we could do, and nothing was done. So
I may have
so-
6 or 8 in my barn. Guaranteed. I'm no guarantee on the weeds, though. Nobody can guarantee that. I'm sorry.
and the next business was another violation on Elm Street. That didn't seem like such a big deal to me when it was presented to us. It was just barely in the buffer zone. It wasn't in the wetlands. It was just barely in the buffer zone. So I don't know if anybody's gone out there.
No, that we were
That
gonna,
was behind that duplex
Behind the-
on Elm Street across from the American
across from
Legion.
the Legion. That's right.
Right.
I thought we were gonna meet him out there.
You were, but nobody showed up. I showed up.
Did you? I didn't even know we said a.
It says August 7th, 6:30.
Yeah, that's when I showed up.
Was Mike there?
Nobody was there.
Nobody was there.
So I don't know who scheduled it. But I don't need nights like that.
Sorry, Corey. Were the bugs bad?
What the hell, the bugs? I stayed in the car.
Oh, did you look at the bank? What did it look
I
like?
didn't look at anything because he wasn't even there.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know who arranged it, but now you got another one arranged with him. No, you don't.
I think
But see,
Corey's
you got
alluding to
an
the,
arrangement with that complaint against Putmeyer.
Yeah.
I mean,
Labby.
Blue, yeah.
yeah. No, you got that one, but you also had Bartlett complaint that, what's his name? It was just here.
Ed.
Ed McGlue, about diverting the stream.
Right.
And we were going to do both that night, and nobody showed up either place. But I think you should investigate it.
Yeah.
I don't know how he made water flow backwards, but I know they had a lot of water, and so it might have just happened, but they said it was all blocked up. But that should be answered,
Yeah.
one
I
way
know.
or another.
I know, we should look at both of those. Sure, one night we can do them
Well,
both.
you got 3 of them, but you're gonna have to start pretty quick,
Yeah.
because it gets dark, 7.
Well, I know, that's true.
You got the one out there, you can schedule the same night that you got to go out to Labby's.
Oh, right, we gotta look at Labby's.
I don't know, he set up a time there, when is it?
What did he say?
I don't know, I got that here.
I would like to meet the week of the 16th.
Yep.
Okay.
So, I mean, we set it all up and go.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sound good to you, Ron?
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So that'd be for both of them?
That would be Bartlett's complaints on 2 of them,
Yep.
plus Chuck Labby's out there in Lindsay.
Okay, so,
As long as you don't talk too long and just look. I mean, most violations, if somebody's using it as a dump for chips, is gonna show up.
Well, according to this, he's just storing chips there. It's not that
Yeah,
they're
over
dumping
the bank.
chips.
How you get them back out again?
storing them for what? You guys care what day that week? What,
16th, I got a calendar here.
16th is Monday?
Monday.
Actually, it doesn't matter to me. That
Doesn't
week.
either.
Tuesday's not good, but Monday's fine.
Okay,
Monday the 16th?
Monday the 16th.
Meet at 6 o'clock, 5:30.
And we'll have Wilma send us reminders.
Yeah, and she'll contact, yeah, let's go
September.
5:30, because we're gonna, like you
Because
said.
you're gonna run out of daylight.
Well, yeah,
Okay.
5:30.
5:30 on 9/16.
Conservation.
Use site.
Meet here and go.
Or we can just meet
Or
up there
meet-
at Labby's.
Meet at Labby's in Lindsay.
Okay.
All right, so 5 is 24 linseed.
That's the farthest one, though.
Huh?
That's the farthest one.
Yeah, well, we go there first.
Why don't we meet at Elm Street? That's the nearest one.
Yeah, we go by, just look over the bank. But she'll have to set it up with Bartlett.
Okay.
But he never showed up either, so.
Because at Elm Street, we could just park at the Legion there.
No, you can park in that place there. Go right up on
Oh,
the
yeah.
top and look down.
Okay. At the
There's plenty of
at the
parking back
duplex.
there.
Okay. We'll park at the duplex.
No, not the duplex, up above. At the house there, you drive in the road, go around the barn,
Okay.
east, and then you look down. That's where they've been dumping.
So that's west of the duplex.
Well, yeah, or west and, yeah,
Okay.
west and south. But see, they were stopped there before. Chuggy had people dumping there.
Where, on
So
Elm
it's out
Street there?
behind,
Yeah,
out behind the old house.
yeah. He got stopped. And we made him swale it all out and rectify it.
Oh, okay.
If you don't believe it, ask Bartlett's father.
Okay, that's good.
But as
All
I
right,
say, if
next
you get
on the
started at
agenda-
5:30, you should be able to make it.
All right. Next on the agenda is to okay the minutes of the last meeting, July 11th. Everybody just independently read the minutes, see if we have anything that jumps out at you.
Oh, we didn't get anything from Marty Holich.
Good.
Yeah, he was at the, he wasn't, but his surveyor was at the planning board.
Okay, can I entertain a motion to okay the minutes from July 11th?
As printed. Yes.
Seconded?
It was not at this meeting.
You at the meeting?
Oh, I'll
Okay.
second it.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay. Well, that completes our meeting.
This is yours.
Can I entertain a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, thanks, guys.